Hi, welcome to this video on Die Designer Professional Software. For this first video, I will be creating some plates, die yoke plates, a die set, putting a few components in it, and doing some leader ballooning. So just to get started, we'll go to Design Aids, BX to draw a quick die block. We'll make that 6 by 12. Zoom in a little bit. Gonna quickly, there's no strip layout on this. I am just going to, like I said, take you through the plates and some components and that type of stuff. But anyways, moving on, I will put some socket head cap screws in the tool. We'll go with the 3/8 16, and let's just say they're 2 1/4 long, and they will be from the bottom. Click OK, and I am going to snap off the corner, and that'll be 0.375 off the corner. Now I can type SH again to start the socket head command, which I will do, and I'll go into the corner, snap. But I can also use a die designer feature called touch, and if it's for instance, just this simple line, I can touch on that line and it starts the line command on that particular layer. So if I went and touched on this magenta polyline, it would start drawing polylines on that layer. But it also works for components too. So I can click on this socket head cap screw, hit C for corner, and pop it in there. Restart the command, corner. We'll put a couple off the middle, 1 inch, 1 inch. Okay, let's put a couple dowel pins in there. And if you'll notice, you can access everything through the menu system, but most of these tools I have up in the menus have 1, 2, or 3 letter keyboard commands, so I could just type DO at the keyboard, which actually is quicker to do some of this stuff. And I'm going to put in this default plan view, but we have hidden views, we have profile views, we have a slip fit dowel as opposed to the press fit, and certainly millimeters also. So I'll put this press fit in the plan view in. I am going to put it off point. So I'm going to select for the starting point to put it off of the center of that socket head cap screw, the direction, 0.750, and there we go. Now I'm going to start this dowel command again, and I'm going to use it with the touch command just by putting the cursor over it and hitting a mouse button. Again, I'm going to go off point, off the center point, and let's go 0.800 to add some foolproofing. Components. Let's put in a lamina bushing. There's a lot of different stuff, agathon bushings and Misumi pins and bushings, but we'll just throw this lamina bushing in, and we are going to go off the corner 1 inch. I'll just use the touch command to start that again, put it off the corner, 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 move these out, 1 inch, 1 inch, move this one back 0.250, so we have a little foolproofing going on. Let's add another component. Let's add a die bushing, and we will use this Dayton VRX round with M2, and we'll put it in the plan view. I'm going to keep all this default stuff that just showed up. It just comes up with last use 125 slug diameter, 375 outside, and a 1-inch length. So that would be a 1-inch for a 1-inch die block. So I will pop that in, and I am going to put that off middle, and we'll say by 1 inch. I'm going to zoom into this area. Let's before I do the next thing, let's set a progression on this, and let's call the progression 1 inch. I am going to go to hole types, and I'm going to go to pilot holes, or PO. I'm going to snap to the center, and we'll make the pilot hole the same diameter as the slug opening of 0.125. I will move that, the 1-inch progression, and now I will go to design aids, and I will scroll down to array progression right, select that pilot hole, and let's say 10 progressions. Let's see how this fits on the die block. Fits pretty good. So yeah, I'm going to quickly draw a rail. So I switch to the rail layer, start the line command, and like I said, I don't even have a strip on here yet. I'm just drawing components, so bear with me. We'll move the rail up, say 0.5. Let's see what we can get in here. Let's make it a 1-inch rail, and let's make the hook under the rail 0.65. Change the layer of that to hidden. Quick stretch. Little chamfering. Little stretch. Okay, we got a rail in. Let's put a couple screws in this. Let's use flatheads this time, or low heads rather, and we will use the 1032. And I will put this in the corner. And let's go with the 0.375. Let's put a dowel in here. Let's go with the 3/16. Let's go off point, off the center point by 1/2 inch. Off the middle. Corner. Another dowel. We'll put that off point. And let's put, let's say 2 inches, 2 inches. Erase that. Put a little lead in on the rail. Rotated it the wrong way. Okay, let's mirror this down so we have 2 rails. Okay, so we basically got a die block. Just in visualizing this, we have a die block. I am gonna have a backup plate beneath this. I am now going to put a die set around this. So we'll go to components, die set. We're going to go with this Danley 4-post ball bearing with demountable bushings, demountable guide pins, and we're working on the bottom view, so We'll stay with that bottom view. I'll keep these default settings, these last used settings, but they can be whatever you want them to be. And we'll click OK. Now I'm going to insert it into the middle of this yoke. So we can get some die set size. It's prompting me to enter the length and now the width, and as soon as I click this, it's gonna draw the die set, so it'll happen pretty quick. And then it prompts me for a place to put the die set data, and I'll just put it over here to the right of the die set. Okay, I'm going to draw a couple balloons, a couple liter balloons. I'll mirror this down, and I'm just using these as reference lines, but I'm going to do a little bit of ballooning, and I am going to use the split liter balloons LB. First balloon is 1, and I will select the die shoe. Next balloon will be the die yoke. Next balloon, and I'm going to use the vertical option, so this will and I'll select the top quadrant, and this will signify the backup plate beneath that die yoke. Okay, next balloon is 4. I'll select this rail, and now let's go to the underneath side and finish this up. Balloon number 5 will be this date and die bushing. Now you'll see down in the command prompt area there's select object to link or enter, and all I have been doing to this point is entering, but this object has bill of materials information into it, so I will link it to the liter balloon just by selecting it. Also, this lambda bushing has linkable objects information for the bill of materials, so I will select that. And finally, the guide bushing for the die set has the same thing, so I'll snap to that, draw my balloon, and then select it to link. I will erase these lines, and I am going to pause this video at this time. The next video up, we will start detailing. You'll see the automatic dimensioning, you'll see the hole charting, you'll see the bill of materials, which is automatic, and then the Excel spreadsheet. So some really neat stuff on this next one. You'll see some transformation of these objects, like the die bushing, the lambda bushings, just some neat stuff on this next video. So please check it out. Thank you for watching.